Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to use the quadratic formula. You'll get the quadratic formula. You don't have to have it memorized. Okay. Now, this one is the one that wants decimal answers. I hate writing on the iPad. And I have 2x squared minus 5x is equal to 4. Okay, can anybody tell me what my first step should be? 2x squared minus 5x is equal to 4. It tells me to use the quadratic formula, but I have to do something first. Yes. Okay, so I need to get the 4 over on the other side. So I'll subtract 4 from both sides. So that's going to give me 2x squared minus 5x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so can anybody tell me the next step? I'm using the formula. I'll write the formula over here so that y'all can have it and think about it.
Wait, don't we need to, like, with that 4 we need to find the, like, 4 and the 1?
106. This is 106.
P106?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I know this is, like, me here.
You're supposed to be here?
Yeah.
No? Check your schedule. It might be a different room, okay? So let me write the formula down for you, okay? So if I'm looking for the x, that's what this formula does. It says x is going to be equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a.
Oh,
Okay, so what is my next step? So what do you think I need to do? Any suggestions? They're just sitting in the wrong chairs. Come on in.
It's the wrong glasses.
And they've been moving around a lot lately. Okay, so what do you think I need to do? Any suggestions? Come on, y'all, look at the problem. Think about it. 2x squared minus 5x minus 4 is equal to 0. I want to use the quadratic formula. What do I need to do now?
Factor it out. Yeah.
I can't factor it.
Oh,
You
get
have
the
to
comment thingy, delete
No,
whatever.
you have to move the 4. Wait, don't we need to put the 2 as the A, and then the 5x as the B, and then that negative 4 as the C?
Yes. Okay. So we need to list off our A, our B, and our C. So our A is 2. Does everybody understand why the A is 2?
Because the x squared.
Yes. The B is negative 5. And the C is negative 4. Okay? So the A is 2, the B is negative 5, and the C is negative 4. So now we just substitute those things all in. I don't know what it was about this last semester, but she was my top student. She finished actually super early. She probably finished a month before the class ended. She just wouldn't take the final exam because she was scared. But this topic drove her absolutely bananas. And I think it was the decimal answer part. She couldn't get the rounding part of it. It drove her crazy. So let me show you. That's why I wanted to definitely go over this one. Okay, so I'm going to plug all my goodies into my equation or my formula. So my x is going to be equal to negative 5.
I'm not going back to this class.
Yeah, you are. negative 5 plus or minus the square root. I'm going to call when I get done with this. The square root of negative 5 squared. Okay, I want you to put that negative 5 right here in parentheses like I did. Okay, the b has to be squared because we got to be careful with our signs. Minus 4 times a, which is 2, times times c, which is negative 4, and all of that is divided by 2 times a, which is 2. Okay, it looks like a big mess, but it's really not. Now we're going to clean it up just a little bit with the signs and do some multiplying, okay? So x is equal to a negative 5 is a positive 5 plus or minus the square root. What's negative 5 squared? Positive 25. Okay, now this part right here, I want you to do something for me. I want you to put a little cloud around this whole part right there, including the negative. Okay, so when you take this piece down here, I want you just to multiply those together, including that negative in front of the 4. So this is negative 4 times 2, which is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 4, which is positive 32. So I want you to write plus 32 right there. Okay, plus 32. That's the biggest mistake that people make on these, is that multiplication down there. So be careful. And then all of that is going to be over the 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, so let's clean it up a little bit more. So I'm going to get x is equal to 5 plus or minus the square root. What's 25 plus 32? 57? 57 divided by 4. Okay, and I want to stop right here for just a second. You're going to need to pay close attention to what the directions say. If the directions at this point said, I want exact answers, if it said exact, that would be the solution. This is the exact answer right here. Because I can't simplify the square root of 57. There's no factors of 57 that are squares. So I would be done. That's what I would put in. I would put in 5 plus the square root of 57 divided by 4, and 5 minus the square root of 57 divided by 4. Done. That's not what these directions said. These directions said to give me a decimal answer. So if I'm going to give a decimal answer, I'm going to need my calculator, okay? So I'm going to take this off to the side, and I'm going to write it separate. So I get x is equal to 5 plus the square root of 57 divided by 4, and x is equal to 5 minus the square root of 57 divided by 4, and now I'm going to take my calculator out. So on my calculator, I'm going to do the square root of 57. So when I do the square root of 57, I get this long number. You know, it's got a lot of digits to it. It is, the square root of 57 is equal to 7.54983444. Okay, that's what my calculator gave me. Okay, so this is the deal. You can't round that just yet. That's why I think she kept missing them last semester, and she was getting very frustrated. You need to take this number and plug it in, and then add 5, and then divide by 4, and then you round it. Okay? So I'm going to put it on my calculator. 5 plus the square root of 57. So I've got 5 plus the square root of 57, and then you're going to hit equals. You have to do it step by step. Okay, that gave me 12.549834. And now I'm going to divide by 4.
Question, is that an 8 next to that?
It's an 8, 98344. Sorry, I got kind of squishy. So divided by 4. Okay, so what I got, putting this on my calculator, I'm going to write it out. I got 3.13745.8. Okay? So I got 3.137458. So now I'm going to go back to the direction on this, and the direction said I have to go to the hundredths place. So I come over here and I make, like I kind of talked to y'all about that, making a little wall. The hundredths place is the second place. So I know my answer has to have something, point, something, something. This is the hundredths place. I need all these digits in my final answer. So I look behind that little wall I just made, and I ask myself, is it 5 or more? If it's 5 or more, then I need to raise the score on that, which means that I would need to go up 1. So it is, it's a 7. So my final answer for this top one is 3.14. So my first X is 3.14. Okay? Okay, so now I'm getting my little handy dandy calculator out, my little one that we have over here at school, and I'm going to do 5 minus the square root of 57, and I'm going to hit the equals button. Okay, equal. And I get negative 2.5498344. And I'm going to divide that by 4. And I get negative 0.637458. Okay? And so I have to round this one to the hundredths place. Which of the digits is in the hundredths place? Which digit is in the hundredths place? The 3. So I'm going to put my line right there. I'm going to look behind the line. It's a 7, so it says to raise it up 1. So my final answer is negative 0.64. So those are the 2 solutions. And I think the mistake that most of the students were making last semester was they were rounding right here whenever they took the square root, and then it was messing up their final answer. Because if you rounded right here and then you added the 5 and you divide by 4, you're going to get a different answer than if you leave it all those digits. And it could be off just by 1/100th, 1,000th, and it makes a difference in the final answer. And so she was getting super frustrated. So anyway, be careful. Exact answers to me, they seem so much easier because like you're done. But otherwise, there you go.